Hey, Tommy, thank you so much for the questions. I actually had to look a couple of these things up. Some of them I knew what they were, but you were wondering if I would do a Snob episode or a midnight screenings on a handful of kids' movies, and I have tried to do some more kids stuff with having Jack around the house. Not that Jack watches any of these things with me, but... He wasn't interested in the Monsters Christmas, but soon enough I'll introduce him to Sesame Street at the Metropolitan Museum. But again, yeah, I've tried, I like tackling new things over the years, and hey, having a son, well, that's an excuse to do some more kids movies on the show. So you were asking about... There was a Baby Looney Tunes episode. That one's up my alley to do something Baby Looney Tunes related. Not that I have ever seen Baby Looney Tunes, but I grew up with Looney Tunes, huge Looney Tunes fan. So I did a episode on the Bugs Bunny's Thanksgiving diet and one of the Halloween ones. I think there was a Daffy Duck one. I might have done too. I can't remember. I got to do Quackbusters sometime. That's one I've been wanting to do an episode on for a long time. But yeah, Baby Looney Tunes. Yeah, I'll look into that episode you were talking about to see if I can get some material there. Igor, that's an animated movie you mentioned. I think John Cusack was in that one. I'd forgotten about it until you mentioned it. Same with the other one you mentioned, Ribbit. I should maybe look into those. I don't think a lot of those have really been covered a lot. I know with a lot of the more low budget animation, I do some of the mockbusters. Like I've got some episodes on the little Cars movies. I feel like there's some other ones I've done too. I think I did Frozen Land, I think was the one that I did. But Igor and Ribbit, I don't know if those have been covered a lot. So I'll look into that. And the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs one, I think I've got some episodes on the movies, but that particular episode you were talking about, or special you were talking about, I hadn't heard of that really. So I'll see if maybe there's some material there. Henchman I've heard of, because I remember seeing the title and thinking, that's a great idea for an animated movie. I think one time I had that thought in my head, what if there was an animated movie with this plot line? And I looked it up to see if it was a thing. Then I came across that and was like, oh, well, I guess it is a thing. Maybe I won't write a Henchman movie or something. Then I looked at the plot of it and it sounded like kind of loose compared to the title. Like it wasn't really what I was picturing when I thought of the title. So yeah, that might give me an excuse to watch that. Oh, Illusionauts. That was another kids movie a low budget kids movie that I did. Speaking of, I think the boy's waking up. He's definitely looking at the cats getting their zoomies in. You want me to read you a story? Okay, I'll read him a story. I'll read him Hop on Pop or something. Maybe not the script of the Illusionauts. In a couple years, maybe. So, all right. Thank you very much. Take care.